Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Ernie's going to be talking about profit management, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description where you can find Ernie's education platform. Enjoy guys.
I posted a document, although it's not done yet. It's never done, in the Discord on the Talk channel. And it is fairly comprehensive, although it's not quite finished yet, on how to go about developing our profit management framework around multiple DTEs. Keep in mind that it's all essentially based on the original concept of creating a framework that we can determine based on where we are relative to our position and when we are relative to how long we have to go until expiration. Now, of course, the problem changes a lot because we're going to multiple DTEs and potentially having overlapping trades across a span of days. So part of that is also determining what's the proper span of days to have on that you continually roll from 0 to 1 to 0, 1, 2 or 0, 1, 2, 3. And so the framework is really taking all of that into consideration, and then how we capture the data, how we might score our data or our trades or our decision-making process to make better decisions, and how to just get better at it over time. Now, it sounds way more complex than it actually is in practice, because I know this sounds crazy, even though the problem seems like much more complex. The daily work that you do in terms of trading, I think, becomes less in terms of the actual actions that you take or the attention that you have to pay to the daily moves or anything like that, because quite frankly, you're presented with many more opportunities. And once you take a trade off, then it's a choice of, I've taken some profit. It was either for a day of expiration, or maybe I was a day out or 2 days out or 3 days out. I even have to replace it. So that's another option that we encounter with a strategy. Coming up with an optimized result over all these different decisions is the most complex part, because that's daunting. But I think that we can come to some very basic conclusions on how we make decisions on the moment when we see what we have in front of us, the trades that we have on, and the profit that we have to decide whether or not do we want to hold or fold, realize the profit or let it run. And that should be a relatively simple thing. And if we can condense it down into some very simple criteria. And so what I was thinking was that we could take everything that we know, we could provide some sort of scoring mechanism, and it could be as simple as creating a form, or maybe automate it somehow that would just say, hey, confidence is high, confidence is low, that type of thing. Do I take the profit or do I hold? So imagine like an indicator that did exactly that, taking in all this information. That's where I'd ultimately like to get it. Of course, getting to that point, the devil's in the details, all of this stuff that you need to consider. And in fact, what we're doing is we're managing something that's constantly changing as well. So it's not like we'll be able to come up with one set of data that works across all different market types, market regimes, different situations and stuff like that. So instead, what we should be focusing on is, hey, what do I have in front of me? I got profit or I don't have profit? I have an opportunity or I don't have opportunity. Should I hold or fold? That's ultimately what you want to get to. And that was ultimately what we were doing in the zero DTE world, where we were only trading in a single day. But you had to be a little bit more, particularly in the a low volatility regime, you had to be particularly attentive to what was going on, because the risk element was shooting up as volatility went down, because it squeezed everything out of this. By moving to a multi-DTE, even though it's increasing the complexity overall, it's making the actual choices easier, because it is relieving that gamma risk, that short, small window of opportunity that we have now. It's expanded.
Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button below. If there's any questions that you might have for Coach Ernie, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Thanks guys.